What's up, guys? And welcome. Welcome to another episode of The Ranveer Show. Today we are diving deep into a topic that so many of you have asked me about. I see your DMs, I read your comments, and I know that cracking that first job is on your minds. We're talking about the world of SAP, specifically SAP SD. Now you might be thinking, Ranveer, what is this technical stuff? But trust me, this is where the magic happens in big companies. Think about any product you buy online, from your favorite sneakers to the smartphone you're probably using to listen to this. How does it get from the company's warehouse all the way to your doorstep? That entire journey, my friends, is managed by a powerful system, and SAP SD is the heart of it. So why should you, a smart, ambitious fresher, care about this? Simple. Every big company, from the massive FMCG giants to the coolest tech firms, needs to sell its products and services. And to do that efficiently, they rely on SAP SD. This module, which stands for Sales and Distribution, is the backbone of their entire sales process. Learning it is like getting a golden ticket into the corporate world. It opens up doors to stable, high-paying jobs that have a real impact. It's a skill that is in massive demand, not just in India, but globally. So, if you're looking for a career path that is challenging, rewarding, and future-proof, you've come to the right place today. In today's episode, we are going to break it all down. We're not just going to talk theory, we're going to get practical. Think of this podcast as your personal coaching session for your upcoming SAP SD interview. I've spoken to industry experts, to HR managers, and to freshers who have successfully cracked these interviews. And I've compiled the most common, most important questions you will face. We will go through them one by one, and I'll give you simple, easy to understand answers with relatable examples. No complicated jargon, no confusing definitions. Just straight up practical knowledge that you can use to impress your future employer and land that dream job. So, grab a notebook or just tune in and focus. This is more than just an interview prep session. It's about building your confidence. It's about turning that nervous energy into a powerful performance. I want you to walk into that interview room feeling prepared, feeling knowledgeable, and feeling like you absolutely deserve that role. By the end of this episode, my goal is that you not only understand the fundamentals of SAP SD, but also feel motivated and empowered to take on any challenge that comes your way. Let's begin this journey together. Let's level up our careers. Are you ready? Let's do this. Alright, before we jump into the heavy-duty questions, let's start with the basics. Imagine you are a fresher and the interviewer looks at you and asks, so, in your own words, what exactly is SAP SD? It's a simple question, but your answer sets the tone for the entire interview. So what do you say? Don't panic and start reciting a textbook definition. Think of it like this. SAP is a giant software company, like a Microsoft or a Google of the business world. They make a super software called ERP, which helps big companies manage all their work in one place. Finance, HR, production, everything. It's like the operating system for a business. Now, within this giant software, there are smaller specialized parts called modules. SAP SD is one of these key modules. The SD stands for Sales and Distribution. So, its main job is to handle everything related to selling a product and getting it to the customer. It's the engine that drives the entire sales cycle. From the moment a customer shows interest in buying something, like adding a t-shirt to their online cart, to the moment it gets delivered to their house and the company gets paid, SAP SD is tracking and managing every single step. It ensures the entire process is smooth, efficient, and error-free. Let's use a simple example we can all relate to. Imagine you order a pizza. The moment you place the order, that's a sales activity. The system checks if the pizza toppings are in stock, it calculates the price including taxes and any discounts, and it confirms your order. That's the sales part. Then, the system figures out the quickest way to get that pizza to you. It assigns a delivery person, tracks the delivery, and ensures it reaches you hot and fresh. That's the distribution part. SAP SD is the brain that manages this whole process for massive companies selling thousands or even lakhs of products every single day. So, in your interview, you can explain it just like that. You can say, SAP SD is a core module of SAP's ERP system that manages all the processes related to selling, shipping, and billing of a company's products and services. It helps streamline the entire order-to-cash cycle, right from a customer inquiry to the final payment. Saying this shows that you not only know the definition, but truly understand its business importance. It tells the interviewer that you can connect technical concepts to real-world business functions, and that, my friends, is a quality they are always looking for in a candidate. It's about showing you get the big picture. Okay, let's get into our first major interview question. This one is a classic, and you will almost certainly be asked this. The interviewer will say, "Can you explain the SAP SD organizational structure?" Now, this sounds very technical and intimidating, but it's actually quite logical. Think of it like the hierarchy in a college. You have the main university at the top, then you have different colleges under it, then different departments within each college, and finally, different classrooms. The organizational structure in SAP is just a way to map a company's real-world structure into the SAP system so that it can function correctly. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. The highest level in the SD structure is the sales organization. This is like the head office for sales. It represents a legal entity responsible for all sales activities in a specific geographical area, say, Reliance Retail India. It is legally responsible for the product sold and for any promises made to the customer. For example, if you buy a phone, the warranty is guaranteed by the sales organization. It's the main body that negotiates sales terms and prices with customers. So, every single sales transaction in the system must belong to one sales organization. It's the king of the sales castle. Next up, we have the distribution channel. This is simply the how of selling. How does the company get its products to the end customer? It could be through retail stores, directly from their website, e-commerce, through big wholesale dealers, or even through a dedicated sales team that visits other companies. Each of these paths is a different distribution channel. For example, a company like Samsung sells its phones through its own exclusive stores, retail channel, online on Amazon, e-commerce channel, and also to large corporate clients, direct sales channel. The system needs to know which channel a sale came from to apply the right pricing and strategies. Finally, we have the division. This is the what of selling. It's a way to group your products or services. A large company like Tata might have a steel division, an automobiles division, and a software division. Within Tata Motors, they could further have a passenger cars division and a commercial vehicles division. Grouping products this way helps the company track the performance of each product line separately. They can see which division is making more profit and which one needs more attention. So when you put it all together, a sales area is formed by combining a sales organization, a distribution channel, and a division. This unique combination, like sales in India through retail stores, for the electronics division, is what allows a specific sale to happen in the system. Alright, moving on to the next crucial question. The interviewer wants to know if you understand the practical flow of work. So they'll ask, can you walk me through the steps of a standard sales order process in SAP SD? This is your chance to shine and show that you understand the entire life cycle of a sale. Don't just list the steps, tell a story. The sales process, also known as the order-to-cash cycle, is the sequence of events that takes place from the moment a customer decides to buy something until the company receives the money for it. It's the core function of the entire SD module. The journey begins with the pre-sales activities. This is the phase before any actual sale is confirmed. Think of it as the window shopping phase. A customer might call and ask for a price list or some information about a product. This is called an inquiry. Or they might ask for a formal price offer for a specific quantity of goods, which is valid for a certain period. This is called a quotation. These documents are created in the SAP system to track potential sales and to follow up with customers. It's the starting point of the relationship, where the company is trying to convert a potential lead into a definite order. Once the customer is happy with the quotation and decides to buy, they place a sales order. This is the heart of the whole process. A sales order is a legally binding document between the company and the customer. It confirms that the customer has committed to buying specific products in a specific quantity for a specific price to be delivered on a specific date. When a sales order is created in SAP, the system performs a series of automatic checks in the background. For instance, it does an availability check to see if the goods are actually in stock. It also calculates the final price, including discounts, taxes, and freight charges. After the sales order is confirmed and the goods are available, the next major step is shipping. This process starts with creating a document called an outbound delivery. This document gives the warehouse team the green light to start preparing the goods for dispatch. They will then perform activities like picking the goods from the shelves and packing them into boxes. Once everything is packed and ready to go, the final step in shipping is the post-goods issue, or PGI. This is a critical step where the ownership of the goods is legally transferred from the company to the customer. When PGI is done in the system, the stock levels are automatically updated, showing that the goods have left the warehouse. The final stage of the process is billing. After the goods have been shipped, the company needs to send a bill or an invoice to the customer to request payment. The billing document is created in SAP by referencing the sales order and the delivery. It contains all the details of the sale, including the products, quantities, prices, and payment terms. This step is also crucial for the finance department, as creating the invoice automatically posts an entry into the accounting books, showing that the company has earned revenue and is expecting money from the customer. The process concludes when the company receives the payment, completing the order-to-cash cycle. Now let's tackle a question that sounds a bit technical but is super important for any business: pricing. The interviewer might ask, what is the condition technique in SAP SD and why is it used? At its core, the condition technique is simply SAP's smart and flexible way of calculating prices. Think about it. The price of a product is rarely a single fixed number. It can change based on so many factors. Are you a special customer who gets a 10% discount? Is there a festival discount like a Diwali offer? Are you buying in bulk and getting a quantity discount? Do you have to pay GST? The condition technique is the method the system uses to automatically consider all these different factors and arrive at the final, correct price for every single transaction. The magic of the condition technique lies in its building blocks. The first block is the condition type. A condition type is just a label for a specific kind of price component. For example, the basic price of the product is a condition type, often called PR00. A customer-specific discount is another condition type, like K007. A festival discount is another one. Freight charges, taxes like GST, each of these is a separate condition type. It's like having different labeled boxes for every possible charge or discount that could apply to a sale. This makes the whole pricing process organized and easy to manage. So how does the system know which boxes to open for a particular sale? That's where the access sequence comes in. An access sequence is a search strategy. It tells the system where to look for the correct price information and in what order. For example, for a customer discount, the access sequence might first check, is there a special discount for this specific customer and this specific material? If it finds one, it applies it. If not, it checks the next level. Is there a discount for this customer's group? And so on. It searches from the most specific condition to the most general one until it finds a valid record. It ensures the most relevant price or discount is always picked up first. All of these elements are tied together in a pricing procedure. The pricing procedure is like the master formula or a calculation sheet. It defines all the condition types that can be used in a sales document and the sequence in which they should be calculated. It tells the system to start with the base price, then subtract any discounts, then add any surcharges, and finally calculate the taxes on the resulting subtotal to arrive at the net value. So, when you create a sales order, the system looks at the assigned pricing procedure and using the condition technique, it automatically calculates the final price in a matter of seconds. It's a powerful and essential tool for any business. Let's move down the process chain to the logistics part. An interviewer will often test your knowledge of the shipping process by asking, what is the difference between a delivery document and a post-goods issue, or PGI? This is a fundamental concept in the distribution side of SD. While they are part of the same shipping process, they represent two very distinct stages with different impacts on the system. Getting this right shows that you understand the practical, physical, and financial implications of shipping goods to a customer. It's about more than just moving boxes. It's about updating the entire business system in real time. First, let's talk about the outbound delivery, or simply the delivery document. Think of this document as the official work order for the warehouse. Creating a delivery document doesn't mean the goods have left yet. Instead, it's the trigger that initiates all the shipping activities. It's a notification to the warehouse staff saying, hey, we have a confirmed sales order. It's time to get the products ready for shipment. This document contains all the necessary information for the warehouse team, who the customer is, what their shipping address is, which products to ship, and in what quantity. It's the central document for planning and executing the physical dispatch of goods. Based on this delivery document, several activities take place in the warehouse. The first is picking, which is the physical process of going to the warehouse racks and picking the required quantity of the products. The next is packing, where the picked items are put into suitable boxes or containers for safe transport. The system can even track which items are in which box. Throughout this phase, the ownership of the goods still lies with the company. The stock is considered scheduled for delivery, but it's still part of the company's inventory. The delivery document essentially manages this entire preparation phase. Now comes the crucial step, post-goods issue, or PGI. This is the final and most important step in the shipping process. PGI is the event that is triggered in the SAP system when the goods physically leave the warehouse. When the truck drives out of the company's gate, the person in charge will post the goods issue in the system. This single action has several major consequences. Legally, the ownership of the goods is now transferred to the customer. Financially, the value of the shipped goods is recorded in the accounting system as cost of goods sold. And from an inventory perspective, the stock quantity in the system is reduced automatically. PGI is the point of no return. It confirms the shipment is complete. So the key difference is this. The delivery document initiates and controls the shipping preparation activities within the warehouse, while post-goods issue, or PGI, is the final confirmation that the goods have been shipped, which updates inventory and accounting records. You can't do a PGI without a delivery document. The delivery document is the plan, and the PGI is the execution and final record. Explaining this clearly shows you have a solid grasp of how the virtual world of SAP connects with the physical reality of a warehouse and the financial world of accounting. So, we've covered the concepts, we've broken down the jargon, and hopefully, you're feeling a lot more confident about the technical side of things. But guys, a job interview is more than just about giving the right answers. It's about creating a connection, showing your passion, and proving that you are the right person for the team. So, as we wrap up, I want to share some quick, powerful tips that will help you go from being just another candidate to being the one they absolutely have to hire. These are the small things that make a huge difference, so listen carefully. First and foremost, be confident, but stay humble. You've prepared, you know your stuff, so walk into that room with your head held high. Maintain good eye contact, have a firm handshake, and speak clearly. But at the same time, remember you are a fresher. You are there to learn and grow. Show enthusiasm and a genuine desire to learn. If you don't know the answer to a question, don't try to bluff. It's perfectly okay to say, I'm not completely sure about that, but I am very eager to learn and I'm a quick learner. Honesty and a willingness to learn are far more impressive than faking knowledge. My second tip is to connect your answers to the business. Don't just be a robot reciting definitions. As we did today, always try to explain the why. Why is an organizational structure important? Because it maps the company's business. Why is the condition technique useful? Because it helps in flexible and accurate pricing, which boosts profits. When you talk like this, you are no longer just a technical person. You are a business-oriented problem solver. Mention the company you're interviewing for. Say things like, I can see how a company like yours would use different distribution channels to reach its customers. This shows you've done your research and are already thinking like an employee. Third, prepare your own questions. An interview is a two-way street. At the end, when they ask, do you have any questions for us? Don't say no. This is your golden opportunity to show your interest. Ask smart questions. Ask about the team structure, the kind of projects a fresher would work on, the training opportunities, or the company's future plans with SAP S/4HANA. This shows that you are serious about your career and that you are evaluating them just as they are evaluating you. It demonstrates long-term thinking and a proactive attitude, which are amazing qualities in any new hire. Finally, my friends, the most important tip is to practice, practice, and practice. Knowledge is one thing, but delivering it smoothly under pressure is another. Sit in front of a mirror and practice answering these questions out loud. Record yourself on your phone and listen to how you sound. Do mock interviews with your friends or mentors. The more you practice, the more natural and confident you will become. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Your journey starts now. You have the potential, you have the drive, and now you have the knowledge. Go out there and absolutely smash it. All the best.